Hey everyone, it's Brett from Hope to Prosper. Coming to you today from my home office, and normally I like to be out on location, hiking, camping, surfing, or fishing, doing something fun. But today I need the computer in the office to do a screen capture. We're going to go online with the Social Security Administration's Social Security Benefit Calculator, and I'm going to show you with my account how to sign up and check your Social Security benefits, verify all your income, and then do some what ifs to see, you know, how much money you're going to receive, what your benefits could be in retirement. So this is a useful exercise. I think you're going to like it, enjoy it, learn a lot, and I appreciate you coming along. While we're in the home office, I wanted to show you what my desktop looks like. It's going to be right up here. Whoops, right up here, and it's quite extensive. I have a number of monitors and back from the old pandemic days, and now I'm using it for content creation, so it's quite effective. Anyways, thanks for coming along. Let's get started and let's get going.
Okay, so we're going to get started here on how to calculate your Social Security benefit. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have a My Social Security account. So you can see up here the URL. It's ssa.gov my account. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to create an account. And you would go through and you would give them your information. You create a username and a password. You give them to your Social Security and a number of other things. And then you can't just right away charge into your account. They actually will mail you a PIN. And I'll show you. I got my letter from the Social Security about a week after I had signed up. So I'm going to log in with my login.gov sign in because I already have one of these. Okay, we get a one-time code. Let's go into my phone. Let me get that. You got to agree to their terms. Okay, and here we go. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to look over your Social Security statement. This is really important. This is the statement where it tells you how much money you earned all these years. And I'm going to show you mine. I'm not really worried if people know how much money I made. It's not a big secret or anything like that. But here's your Social Security statement. And you could export it as an XML if you wanted to do something like put it into a spreadsheet or something like that. But just for the sake of just for the sake of clarity, the most important thing you want to do is you want to go over your statement. You want to look at your work years and see how much you made. And then you want to verify this information. Okay, hold on a second here. And you want to make sure that the amounts on yours are similar to what you actually made. And that's super important. Because what you don't want to do is go to apply for your Social Security or your Medicare and then find out there's missing income that you can't. Now you have to provide that and you have to prove it. So make sure your statement's accurate and all that. So that's the first step is looking at your statement. We'll go back here. Okay. And then we'll go back to home. Okay. So second, the next thing you want to do is you want to plan for, so first of all, verify you're eligible, right? Verify your income's correct, right? Here's your full income record. This is interesting. You'll see on mine that I did pretty good last couple years, and but before that, boy, when I was way back in the 80s, man, I didn't make very much. Here's when I quit the supermarket and went into the computer industry. Took a big dropped in half. It took me a while to build it back up. This year, 1990, was the year I had a family. Family of 3, $21,000. Here's the year I bought my house. Income's starting to go up. And then I thought it was 2014, but it was actually 2013. First year I made 6 figures. Barely, obviously, by $100. And then there's the stock options year. There's the year I got the severance package. And that's about average. What I made was about right here. So those are all my income years. You could see I have income from 1980 all the way up to 2022. And that's super important because they calculate your Social Security benefit based on your best 35 years. And so your best 35 years of income is what they calculate it on. And I have more than 35 years. So now I'm just kind of stacking and upgrading. So that's, as I was saying earlier, you want to verify that your income's correct and accurate. Super important. Long before you want to apply, you want to make sure that's correct. Now let's go and plan for retirement. And this is the part that I found interesting. So it's going to show you your benefit based on your income. And it's kind of cool because you can do some what ifs. So just early on, you could see that if I was to retire at age 62, I would get $2,351 for the rest of my life. If I wait to the full retirement age, then I would get $3,462. And so it's about an extra $1,100 a month, and that's quite significant for me. And then if I was to delay from 67 till 70, I would get roughly another $900 a month, and that's only waiting an extra 3 years. This is waiting an extra 5 years for $1,100, and then waiting an extra 3 years would be an extra $900 for me. So that's pretty cool. But in what I've read is that the break-even age is around 78. So if you were to delay all this time till you're 70, you would actually break even about 8 years later, provided you live that long. And so that's what the actuaries have come up with. And then besides that, you can use the slider to figure out any time you want to retire. 68, 65, 63, whatever. You could just move the slider, even by months. And so you could figure out what your benefits would be at 65 years. And you could see I lost about $400, maybe $500. Yeah, $500 by retiring at 65 instead of 67. So just 2 years is an extra $500. So it's quite significant. There we go. So that's my full benefit, full retirement age. And another thing I want to bring up too that's super important for people. If you take early retirement and you make over $21,000 a year, and that adjusts every year, but right now it's about $21,112 or round about there. Don't hold me to the dollar. It's just over $21,000. If you make over $21,000, then they start cutting your Social Security benefit in half. For every dollar you make over that, you lose 50 cents of your retirement benefit. So if you're going to take early retirement and you're going to work, you're going to lose some money. So keep that in mind. If you get to full retirement benefit, or your full retirement age, let's call it, then that doesn't happen. You have some other penalties, but they're not as severe as early retirement. Here's another thing that you need to keep in mind. They calculate this based on your average future annual salary. So my retirement benefit is being calculated that I'm going to make 145 grand forever for the next 8 years, when in reality, I'm already retired. So that's a problem. So what you want to do is, I want to change this to 0. And I want to show you something. I thought this was going to be a big difference, but it's not that big of a difference. So now you can see I lost $200 a month just by retiring early and not having my, just by retiring early and not having future income. I'm losing $200 a month in benefit at full retirement age. And that's significant, but it's less than I thought. I thought I would be losing $400 or $500 a month, and it's actually $200. And I was really worried about that. I was thinking I have to do some kind of side work or something to stack my future retirement. But I mean, even if I made 50, 60 grand a year, it looks like I would probably only get an extra $100 a month. So that's something I was worried about, but it doesn't seem to be as big of a deal as I thought. So you want to keep that in mind. You want to make sure you adjust these things compared to your real lifestyle. Now also, you want to compare your benefit as a spouse, or you may want to, right? In my particular case, my spouse doesn't work. She's not getting Social Security. She's going to get my survivor benefit. But if you have a dual income couple, you're both working, and you suspect your spouse made more than you, you could take your spouse's benefit instead of your own. And so that way you can compare, if your spouse had, a certain amount of income, you can include the spouse's benefit, and you can do calculations based on that and their retirement age. So that's kind of nice. So this is how you can plan for retirement using the Social Security calculator. It's pretty straightforward and simple. I think it's pretty comprehensive, and it just lets you know, okay, this is how much money I'm going to get right here at age 67 when I'm going to select my retirement. And it allows you to do all kinds of simple what ifs and figure out when you want to retire, what would you get. Just keep in mind, anything to the left of full, which is early, and by the way, at my age, full retirement age is 67. But people who are older than me, it might be 66 or 65. So, but anything less than full retirement, any early retirement years, you can be penalized if you earn too much income. So keep that in mind. If you need the money, you're not making any money, definitely take it early if that suits you. But if you're going to continue to keep working, you probably don't want to take your retirement early and lose half your benefit for every dollar that you earn over $21,000. So that's the early retirement calculator, or the retirement calculator from the Social Security Administration. I recommend everybody create a My Social Security account, log in, check out what you're going to get. Even if it's years away, you kind of want to know. And then that will allow you to plan for the future. This was a little more than I expected. I think that'll help me quite a bit. This compared with my 5% withdrawal, that would be a pretty comfortable retirement for me and my wife. I just got to get 8 years down the road so I can collect this. So, and hopefully maybe it has a couple more $100 on it if I earn some money between now and then. So just let me know if you have any questions about this. I recommend everybody who's over 50 at least sign in, get an account going, and kind of figure out what you're going to get. Especially if you're going to retire early like I did, 9 years early, you're going to have to come up with some money from here to here. Otherwise, you're going to take your benefit early and you're going to have a much lower benefit for the rest of your life and a penalty if you work. All right. Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and I hope you learned something from it. I hope you get your own Social Security account and my account, and go in and do your own research and see what you're going to have for retirement. I think it's a useful exercise. Anyways, thank you for coming along for this tutorial, and thank you for liking and subscribing my channel. I appreciate all your comments. Appreciate you guys as viewers, and we'll be back next week. Oh, I wish you health, happiness, and prosperity. We're going to be back next week. I think you'll like next week's subject. We're going to talk about the 4% rule, and I'm going to climb one of my 6 peaks.